this time of year in the South? So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. This pass is caught by London. Touchdown, Falcons! Drake London, his second touchdown on the season. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it, and they'll start here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one deep for London. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Rondale Moore, his first touchdown on the year. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, some strong running. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll look to throw now on first down. And looking deep here for Mooney. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking deep here for Mooney. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cut. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you look back over the score sheet.
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
It's
even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You get more comfortable in the role. As he goes forward, he tries to learn to take something away from each and every one of these moments.
He connects on the deep shot. Touchdown Atlanta. The Falcons don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. They'll try and throw it here. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. Escapes the pocket. Dumps it off to Robinson. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down. From the 24. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead right away in half number 2. Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again.
the Falcons' game is over. His work isn't done yet. Every player.
Sports coverage of the National set to take over here on offense. And taking the snaps, the quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in
low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown Atlanta. Offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll try to build on the lead as they begin here in the final moments of this third quarter. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. He found nothing. And they get it down well behind the line. He'll be forced outright. Taking off. He'll try to get there. It's a win here for the Falcons. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL.
Just on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Falcons. Drake London, his 3rd touch. The touchdown pass on that last drive, his 20th on the year. And he'll start again here, first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one deep for London. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Drake London has the first. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Mooney. 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons come right out of the Falcons ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. The gun is made complete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome.
It's a win for the visiting Falcons.
And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Down the sideline he goes. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one deep for London. He's got it inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. They'll let this go for the end zone. It's the foul. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, and took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those two numbers. It's more about the outcome, like that little W, picking up the win in the ball game.
Not the way you want to start your game, but the pick was dropped, so the opening drive continuing now with second down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got a man, it's Drake London. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That's good for a Falcon.
Now looking to throw. He lost it deep left. This is caught inside the 15. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. They're up by quick stop at the 31. Drive picks up here, 1st and 10. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Looking for his wide receiver there. Falcons ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. Jukes one defender. He's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal. Brock, look at this. He's set up to throw it. And that is the interception. And this game is sealed. This win, touchdown. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And before we step away, Brock, you and I were talking about this last night at dinner, and I just want to...
Set to take over here on offense. And taking the snaps, quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
A little unusual, Mike, here. The first time this offense finds themselves taking the field is this late in the opening half. But the good news, they only trail by 3. So despite that long opening drive, a touchdown here gives them a lead with halftime looming. No need to rush. No need to get outside of your initial game plan. Go out there, take your time. Just try to find a way to come away with points on your opening possession.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He's gonna dial up another deep ball. And run in. And he's very close to a touchdown. They want him just shy of the goal line. Back to the air one more time. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll look to throw again. But to his right. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown Atlanta. The Falcons offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, deep ball for London. He's got it! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. That is caught side of the end zone. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown Falcons. Comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Right away, they'll set up the throw. Now, deep ball for London. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend here for the Falcons. Their perfect season.
That's 7,000. We have the Falcons for their first possession. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Well, even though it took over an entire quarter for him to finally get on the field, he does get to head out there with a chance to give his team an immediate lead. And you almost expected, Kate, for him to do that. How much time he's had on the sideline to prepare? This guy's focused for their chance as it's finally arrived.
He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. The Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tougher.
He's got it deep downfield. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grow the lead coming out of half. Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They're looking at the entire field in front of them. A long drive ahead, Brock, as they start out very close to their own goal line. He'll throw it from his own end zone. He's looking deep once again. Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And it's hard. Football fans, as we get a look inside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Well, we've had to wait until the second quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. Let's see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Got a touchdown. How long have they been sitting over there? I know the feeling. They're chomping at the bit.
12 yards on that play, and a good call, that's in the first. Throwing from the gun here. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it again. quarterback ready to take over once again. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. They'll throw to begin this drive. He's going to loft one deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead right away in half number 2. Drake London with the touchdown. Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this time of day on the ground, too? He's loaded another one up. Has a hole left, room to run. And that just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that just blocked up this way. Falcons ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. They can run this clock out and head out of here with a win, even with 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And to pass it here. He's trying to go deep again. They don't connect there. Now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, just couldn't quite hang on.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. 2nd and 10 now. Throwing this back in the end zone. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, we'll try for another touchdown to knee it out. Either way.
performance from him last week, Cade, to win. Those 2 touchdowns, yeah, played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Brought in inside the 20. This is all the way to the 13-yard line. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And up 7-zip, we're probably not going to see anything too reckless here before the break. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Put some air on there, deep down the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Will add to their lead at the end of the half. Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And last drive, he reached much one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. On the move, headed right. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys too, but he had a chance at it. Georgia. We're live from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Well, we have the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
Pete, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team is a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team.
Finds a seam left side. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. Back to throw on 1st and 10. He's trying another one deep. That's caught at the 25. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Cut at the 10-yard line. And this is that all the way to the 3. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. From the red zone now. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get some late points in the lead. Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And he has to throw. Bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's got it in close. And he will score. Give him the lead in the final minute. So what a fit. Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. Well, Brock, the playoffs didn't materialize.
Ask anybody in the...
Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Darnell Mooney. As the first half is winding down. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Darnell Mooney, 2 catches. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are moving on. Congratulations to them. Thanks for watching, and so long. Falcons offense set to go. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's brought in downfield by London. Touchdown, Falcons! Drake London, 74 yards. And the quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's off to a hot start, completing his lone throw for the long touchdown pass on that last drive. And they'll try again here with a first down. He'll drop to throw. That one deep for London. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Drake London. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one is far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. That'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, he'll drop the throw. Targeting Pitts on the outlet, but he's got it complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. Mr. Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have...
Set to take over here on offense. And taking the snaps, quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters.
Set up to throw. On the run to the right. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And he'll take this one in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown Atlanta. The offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to try it here again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. let this go towards the end zone. And he'll take it on in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons. Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll drop to throw. He's going to look downfield once again. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. A fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best